I felt groggy. Whatever Hartman had bumped in me was making me numb. I felt like this was happening to someone else. Someone I was watching on television. I couldn't think. Couldn't focus. There were only empty sheets of paper here. No manuscript pages. The door was locked. I was a prisoner here.
Good evening, Alan. Are we feeling better now? Feeling calm?
Yeah. I see you brought your pet gorilla with you. So sure, I'm calm. I get the message. Loud and clear.
Quite right. That's the spirit. You're being very brave, Alan. I understand you're confused. I would be more concerned if you weren't suspicious of me. I don't blame you for it.
Big of you.
Now, why don't you come with me? We'll reacquaint you with my clinic and go over everything you might have forgotten. Little walk and some fresh air? Yes, it will do you good. This corridor is for patients. Most of them aren't here right now. Jack took them out for a fishing trip, except for the ones who are particularly vulnerable, of course. I encourage creativity as a part of the recovery process here at Cauldron Lake Lodge. I specialize in treating artists.
I bet you do.
Splendid, Alan. I honestly believe we can get this thing under control if we work together. This way, Alan. Now, Alan, from past experience with you, I know I need to get right into the heart of the matter as quickly as I can after an episode. So I'm just going to say this. Alice is dead.
No.
You're in a very vulnerable state until you understand and accept this. Alice drowned, and you couldn't face that. You're suffering from hallucinations, paranoid delusions, unusual thinking, an obsession about light and darkness, a feeling that everything revolves around you, your thoughts and dreams. Your mind has constructed an elaborate fantasy scenario in which your writings are affecting reality. You've been kidnapped and supernatural forces of darkness are trying to stop you. We go this way, Alan.
I wasn't ready for another shot, so I went along with it. He had to be lying. But under the influence of the drug he had given me, I had to fight not to believe his words.
It's all in your head. You've been making it up. Apart from the tragic accident with your wife, no one has been killed. Your delusions are just a manifestation of your subconscious mind trying to protect you from the too painful truth. Unless we fight the fantasy, it will return. I know the instinct is to resist me, but think about it. Doesn't this make far more sense than the insane supernatural conspiracy you have concocted in your mind? You're a skeptic by nature, Alan. We both know this. Everything can be explained logically. I never get tired of this view. Very inspiring, isn't it?
Cauldron Lake spread below us. I could see Mirror Peak on the other side of the lake. I thought I could make out the spot where Diver's Isle had been when I arrived with Alice. Now there was nothing but waves.
It seems there's a storm coming. Funny, I don't recall there being a mention of that in the weather forecast. Well, no matter. This way. Follow me. Alan, what I'm telling you is good news. Right now we're in control. Every time you have a relapse, it gets more and more difficult to resurface from the dark depths of your imagination. Not surprising, considering your profession. Imagination is what you work with. After all your nightmares, this should come as an immense relief to you. If it doesn't, why is that? Because I'm lying? Or because you don't want to admit that you're not well? It's very natural for you to think of me as your enemy. It's part of the illness.
I let him talk.
After all,
Hartman
I'm the
obviously
one
loved
trying
his
to
own
bring you
voice.
out of the
His
world
words
you've
echoed
constructed.
madly inside my head.
But I
I
can't
dug my
do
nails
it
into
by
the palms of my
myself.
hands to stay
You need
focused.
to work with me. Once you accept that, we can begin the journey towards your recovery. Come along. Let's go inside. Here's the entrance to the office wing. That's for staff only.
Scary, scary, scary.
Oh, hello. I've painted you.
Okay.
I'm a real bad dream, mister. You should be afraid of me. Don't want to run into me in the night, that's for sure.
Please, Emerson. Mr. Wake is confused enough as it is.
Yeah, you'd like me to go away so you won't be scared. But you can't just decide what kind of dream you have or when you have it.
Emerson,
Okay. Sorry. Boo. Elbow strike. Ooh, yeah.
now, you might have noticed the typewriter in your room. You've been writing as a part of the therapy. As soon as you feel up to it, you should continue.
My rheumatism's killing me. There's a storm coming. Oh, what a storm.
I hope it wipes this place off the face of the earth.
And these two are the Anderson brothers, Odin and Thor. They had a, how should I put this, a heavy metal band in the 70s and 80s called Old Gods of Asgard. They even adopted new first names to complete the image of Viking gods. After the band broke up, they lived on a farm nearby. They are, well, in advanced stages of dementia. They're well cared for, TLC and all that. There's nothing more that can be done. I'm afraid that the rock and roll lifestyle has left its mark.
ああ、まずいな。話の途中で済まないが、電源が気がかりなので様子を見てくるとしよう。続きは今度だ。君も気分が良かったら部屋に戻って何か書いてみるといい。治療のためだ。わかるね。
奴の頭を叩き割ってやりてえ。
秘密を探ろうったって、あいつには無理だ。俺たちみてえに行かれてねえからな。まともじゃダメなのさ。行かれた世界は行かれたやつじゃなきゃ理解できねえのさ。
久々に筋の通った話を聞いたな。
全員いいぞトム、気に入ったぜ。な、農場に招待しよう。
アンダーソン農場バルハラだ。
忘れる前に全部書いといたのさ、一気にな。あとはいかに正気を保つかだ。メッセージを探すんだ。
ほらよ、あんたにやろう。頑張ってずっと隠してたんだぜ。
My head was clearing up, or Zane could feel the poems, taking form, shaping things. As he experimented, he imagined. According to Hartman, I was sinking back into the fantasy. I was convinced he was lying to me about everything. Crazy or not, The Andersons made more sense.
Was worried about the power again. He's checking on it now.
Yeah, good thing he's not overreacting or anything.
Well, he's the boss.
I may need a hand here later on,
Something's
Birch.
wrong.
The storm's bound to make you know.
I'm not
who
myself.
exactly- you know.
It's hard to think. There's a shadow inside my head. I can only focus on writing. Everything else is a blur. I'm trapped in this cabin. Have been for days, but it's always dark outside. My editor is real. I saw her again. She's not human. It's not human. A dark presence is wearing the old woman's face. She was covered in clinging shadows. There's a hole in her chest where her heart should be. I think I've made a horrible mistake. I don't think I'm any closer to saving Alice. It's been lying to me, using me to get the story it wants, and the story will come true.
And they're not even kidding. They say it all like serial killers with straight...
Hartman had mentioned that the power had been acting up. Maybe that was the reason for the generator and the work light on the balcony. The generator hadn't been activated, and there was no key.
Hey, Wake, why don't you humor Dr. Hartman and give the writing a shot, huh? Typewriter's in your room.
Hartman wanted me to write. I knew I couldn't, but I figured I should just play along for now. It was the only thing I could do with Nurse Birch watching me like a hawk.
ページの白さに目が痛んだ。手が震えだし抑えられなかった。
おいウェイク、ちょっと下を見てくるからそのまま書いてろよ。いいな。
I didn't know what the chaos was all about, but it could be my only chance of getting out of here.
Here's a friendly poke from me old near wench. Oh, afraid of the crazy brothers, are ya? Not so weak now, are we? Well, things are unraveling fast, aren't they? Ha ha!
Sinclair looked bad. That wasn't a love tap. The crazy old fart hit her hard. If she was one of Hartman's goons, she had it coming. I could get the key to the office wing from Sinclair. I had to get to Hartman's office. He had taken all my manuscript pages. That's where he'd been keeping them. The markings on the tape said they were recordings Hartman had made at the sessions with his patients. I saw Alice's name on one of them. For a moment, I couldn't breathe right.
Parties, he's so angry all the time. He's getting violent.
Do you mean with you?
No, not with me. No, never. Sometimes I almost wish Alan would take a swing at me, because at least that'd lead to a conversation he couldn't just march out of. But no. Alan doesn't really sleep. And the work, well, he's not writing at all. He sits there for hours and just gets more and more frustrated. And I can't talk to him.
Yes. Tell me, Mrs. Wake. What would you say to him if he'd listen?
I don't know. I want to say, I look at you, and it's not you. Just some stranger who resembles you. Looking out from behind your eyes, and I don't like that guy much. And now it's all gonna go to hell.
But you don't ever say this.
No. I've tried, but he's not listening. He's too deep in his own problems, always going on about something else. I'm so afraid I'm gonna lose him, and we're not even talking anymore. He doesn't let me
get him here, I'll absolutely do my very best.
Yeah, but Doctor, you need to be careful with him. He's not just going to listen to you and cooperate. He's the most stubborn man.
I'll be sure to bear that in mind.
Hearing her voice, what she was saying made me happy and sick and guilty all at once. Worst of all, I recognized the words. The phone call from her. It had been a cut-up of this. Just a recording.
Barry? Ow! About time! Barry, man, am I glad to see you.
We need to get to Hartman's office.
It's right next door.
You okay?
俺が持っていた原稿とその続きだ。
あら、やめたまえ。また発作が。
これ以上嘘を並べたらその顔をぶち抜くぞ。
やれやれ、それは勘弁願いたいね。ウェイク、力を合わせようじゃないか。君は何も分かってない。
ハートマン黙れ。バリ、先に行って車を探してくれ。すぐ行く。
アラン、もう。
行け。
ウェイク、聞いてくれ。君は間違ってる。わかるだろう。我々が手を組めば最高の芸術を生み出せる。君の才能と私の。
but the gate's locked. You're gonna have to go through the hedge maze over there.
Barry, I don't have a light.
Take this, Al. Oh, God! Look at the house, Al!
fighting it makes... You get 2 pills in the morning, and then you'll be nice and calm all day. You get 3 pills in the evening. You'll sleep like a baby. Fighting it makes me... You get 2 pills in the morning, and then you'll be nice. You get 3 pills in the evening.
this gate.
Maybe.
Barry.
Well, I slammed it shut when the Nasty showed up, and the key fits kind of loose in the lock, so, I'll find it. Don't worry about it.
Hurry up, Barry.
I'm on it. Hey, found a corner.
Hurry up, Barry.
あら、頼むから、俺たちは今ブライトフォールズの街を出ようとしてるって言ってくれ。
アンダーソン農場へ行く。
そうじゃないかと思ってたさ。いいか、この箇所はめちゃくちゃでかいぞ。こいつが片付いたら金輪際暗闇とは関わらないからな。日焼けマシンを買ってもらうぜ。一生そこに住んでやる。
俺はイカれてる。それでいいんだ。
ついに開き直ったな。確かにお前はイカれてる。マジで。
だがおそらくこんなイカれた状況に立ち向かうにはそれが不可欠なんだ。これは現実なんだぞ。アリスをさらったのは奴らじゃない。彼女は湖の底で闇に囚われている。そしてまだ生きている。
でもなんでわかる？
わかるんだよバリー。
あら、
聞いてくれ。俺はアリスを見つけ取り戻す。ここにはあの湖には特別な力がある。アーティストの想像力に感応して現実にしてしまう力だ。だが今は得体の知れない闇の存在が全てをねじ曲げている。全てはそいつのせいで、そいつが俺の原稿を利用しているんだ。
あら、分かったよ。
ゼインもアンダーソン兄弟もそいつに利用された。
分かったって。こいつは妄想なんかじゃない。現実にヤバいことが起きてる。俺も乗ったよ。やるっきゃねえ。
アンダーソン兄弟は気づいていたが薬漬けでとても説明できる状態じゃなかった。でも農場のどこかにメッセージを残してくれていた。そいつを探すんだ。危ない。ああ。
had lost my gun in the crash. Barry was nowhere to be seen.
Barry! Barry!
Oh, man, you're okay! Jeez, it's good to hear your voice! I was trying to get out of the car, but the ground gave way. Man, what a drop! Don't worry, your cutout is fine.
Forget that! Are you okay?
I hit some bushes, didn't get a scratch. There's no way you can climb down, though. It's like a sheer wall. Ah! Al! There's something moving down here!
Barry, it's a taken! Use a flare, Barry!
Oh! Yeah!
Barry, are you alright?
I'm good, Al! I'm great! Guess you never messed with anyone. Have to find your way around to the farm, Al! I'll be waiting!
Barry, just wait for me, okay?
Al! I'm not staying here! It's suicide! I'm going to the farm! I'm gonna go ahead and secure the area! You can catch up! Don't worry about it! I'm on the case!
Now he's Rambo. This would turn into a disaster if I didn't catch up with Barry. piled over the gate. I needed a light to destroy them to get through. I hoped there'd still be a working generator somewhere around here to power up the old lights by the gate. I could sense the movement in the woods ahead. Facing the enemy without a weapon was dangerous, but I had no choice. I could sense the movement in the woods ahead. Facing the enemy without a weapon was dangerous, but I had no choice. I could sense the movement in the woods ahead. Facing the enemy without a weapon was dangerous, but I had no choice. was driving away from the farm, headed in the same general direction as I was. For all I knew, it was Barry, caught in the consequences of leaping before looking. The car was heading for the cabin up ahead. It wasn't far. If it was Barry, I would see the damage soon.
I'm trying to deliver each page to the right time and place. I'm trying to show you how the story goes.
I had seen glimpses of the light before. I had seen it in my dream. It was a strange spaceman or a diver in a bulky suit. He was the one who'd been placing the pages on my path. Someone had left a gun behind. Now I had a fighting chance of reaching the farm. I could see the car, but there was no sight of the driver.
Hello? Anybody here? Barry!
No! Danny, you're not... Please! What are you... No! Don't! I'm sorry!
I know you. You were in jail the other day.
I went to the farm again for the moonshine, you know? It makes you see. They're not gonna miss it. They're in the loony bin. But my buddy, Danny, I lost him. Something's gone wrong with him. It's not him.
I've run through every possible course in my head. If I continue like the Dark Presence wants me to, the story I'm writing won't save Alice. It's a horror story, and it's going to kill her, and me, and everybody in this town. No one will survive. Darkness will consume everything. This is what it's wanted all along. It will be free, unstoppable. It used Alice to get to me, dangled her in front of me to keep me going. It was never going to release her. I'm going to change this. I'll escape. I've written myself into the story. I'm now the protagonist. This feels like a terrible risk, but it's the only way to save Alice. I'll be bound by the events of the story just as much as anyone else who's been woven into it. The story must stay true for this to work. There have to be victims along the way, near escapes, cliffhangers. In a horror story, it can't be certain that the hero will succeed or even survive. He almost has to die. I'll write my own escape into the story next. I need help. Zane's going to be the one who will help me. I'll make it happen. Let me guess. Danny, huh? The front door was locked. The farm was still a good distance away. I'd need a car to get there fast. If Barry wasn't up here, he was probably in trouble down at the farm. For a moment, I felt bad for doubting it. After all, I'd made it this far myself. But Barry was Barry. I'd known the brothers used to be some kind of rock stars, but it hadn't really sunk in until I saw the stage.
Alan! 奴らだ！逃げろ！すげえ数だ！
こりゃいい。
So glad you decided to go it alone, Mr. Bronson.
Shut up and shoot! Al! We have to fight them all! I can set off more of the fireworks from here and help you out! Hey, Al! You notice there's a lot of ammo and stuff around? This place is stocked! Al! Hold on! I'll try to get the stage lights on!
So glad you decided to go it alone, Mr. Bronson.
Shut up and shoot! Al! We have to fight them all! I can set off more of the fireworks from here and help you out! Hey, Al! You notice there's a lot of ammo and stuff around? This place is stocked! Al, hold on! I'll try to get the stage lights on! children of the elder god! Enjoy it, god damn it! That was awesome!
Bright Falls, rock and roll capital of America.
Hey, Al! This way to the farm! See, bestseller? No reason to worry. Your cutout's good as new, right where I left it. I'll come back for it once we have the place secured.
Yeah, that's been my biggest worry all this time. We need to get this thing moved out of the way.
This is as far as I got before they ambushed me. Hey, I think Alan Wake here has something to say. What's that, Al?
I'm Alan Wake. I'm always right about everything. And if I don't get my way, I'll solve all day long. I'm always intense and moody. It makes me very furious. Right now, I'm standing here because I need my best friend Harry to carry me. That's okay. I can just take it for granted.
I think I see what you did there.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
You want me to do my imitation of Barry Wheeler? No? Thought so.
Wow! You look at that thing, Al! They really went all out with this Viking crap, didn't they? Look at all this stuff. They must have done okay for themselves, so how come I...
Sleep. We all spend
Oh,
our
night
dreams in
springs.
soft
Man,
embrace. Somewhere
brings back
between
memories.
fantasy
Hey, remember when I got you that gig? Your first real writing job. What got you started? Was this one of your episodes?
in Night Springs. Tonight's episode, The Dream of Dreams.
That's by someone else.
We join Mr. Jones as he explores the endless dreamscape, only to be brought to a sudden stop by a decidedly mundane situation.
The Viking boat looked imposing, almost like a battering ram.
God help us, it's an alarm clock. Oh, it's you, isn't it? Please, man, I got a wife and kids. Please don't wake.
Letting off the ropes is hard work.
I think we can make it through here, Al! Wow! Those geezers had quite a production going on. Ooh, you know what, Al? If we make it through this alive, I'm gonna start representing them. Yep, sell this stuff online, maybe get a reality show going, release a new single.
Good luck with that, pal.
Hey, you find us a way out here, okay? I'm gonna take a closer look at this stuff.
The door was barred from the other side. I'd have to find another way.
Be careful, Al!
I'm good. Keep your eyes open, okay?
As you regular listeners know, I tend to work through the night, but I'm not the only one. Deputies Mulligan and Thornton are taking a couple of moments off their busy schedule to join me here in the studio. Boys, how busy are you now? Deerfest is almost here, isn't it? I bet that keeps you in business.
Pretty busy, yeah. Actually, Pat, we've been real busy with other stuff, which concerns an ongoing investigation. We can't talk about that. How does it get into anything? Just saying we got, other values.
And how would you compare your workload to last year's? Things have seemed relatively peaceful to me, but people do tend to get a little wild this time of year.
Oh, it's wild, Pat. It's pretty wild. All sorts of trouble this year. Vandalism, fighting, public disturbances. A lot of people gone missing, too. Yeah, it's pretty much the usual stuff, Pat. Just, a lot more of it.
Now, is it just me, or does Deerfest get wilder every year? People seem to be more drunk, at least, or they start earlier and younger.
Oh, it's definitely not just you, Pat, but definitely, Pat. Hey, I'm talking here, Thornton. Oh, shoot, I lost my train of thought.
Not just me.
Oh, yeah, it's wilder, Pat, but actually most of the trouble seems to be coming from grown men. People who ought to know better, Kids are doing fine this year.
Well, that's nice to hear at least. Boys, I want to thank you for stopping by. I'll let you get back to your patrol.
Sure thing, Pat. Yeah, sure thing, Pat.
I could see the building that had to be the Andersons' home on the other side of the field. It wasn't far now. I wasn't worried about trusting the ramblings of two burned-out geriatric wrecks. They had the goods.
Is that you out there, buddy?
Yeah, it's me.
Hey, let's go, man. I think we're gonna have to work together to open this gate, Al. Looks pretty heavy. Ah! Hey, I think that's the farm on the other side of the field. We're almost there. This farm is a crazy place for crazy people.
We should feel right at home then.
Come on, one more way. Let's do this thing. The lights are out. Guess we better check the fuse box.
The power downstairs was out, but I was sure I could fix that at the fuse box. The power downstairs was out, but I was sure I could fix that at the fuse box.
You know, this place looks kind of lived in. I thought the Andersons were in the booby hatch.
Yeah, I don't think they keep too close an eye on them at the clinic. They seem to slip away a lot so they can get wasted.
Kidding? Those guys sound awesome. Can you hear that, Al? Music?
Of course. We need to find where it's coming from. That's the message the Andersons talked about. That's the whole reason we're here.
Lady of the Light? Oh, that's gotta be what's-her-face, the crazy lamp lady from the town.
Cynthia Weaver.
Right. Must be.
それで
シンシア・ウィーバーを探そう。今夜はここに泊まって夜が明け次第町に戻る。
なあら、朝までは長いし、ちょっと息抜きしようや。ちょうど酒もある食ったし。
おいバリー、今は。ああ、そうだな。
アリスはそりゃ俺とはそれが合わないけどよ。でも絶対見つけようぜ。な、お前がどんなにイカれてようが、俺は一生ついていく。なあ、兄弟。
俺は作家だってんだ。
だな。
その気になりゃ年に10冊は書ける。それもベストセラーだ。
そりゃ無理だね。
ああ、そうさ。でもできるぜ。作家だからな。
ああ、この酒何が入ってるんだ。脳みそが鼻から出そうだぜ。こいつのレシピを聞き出してで、大儲けしてやろうぜ。
アリスがいなきゃ、彼女じゃなきゃダメなんだ。
待ってるってやら、心配すんな。うまくいくさ。
It was a crazy, drunken dream, and yet it was more than that. It was the truth, a suppressed memory unearthed by the Andersons' moonshine. I was there, an out-of-body observer. This was the night Alice and I had arrived at Bright Falls, the night Alice had disappeared. I had a chance to find out what had happened. I remembered being surprised to see the cabin dark. Alice would have never turned the lights off. I remembered thinking I caught a glimpse of her form underwater, sinking into the darkness. Diving after her was the last vague memory I had of that night. After that, the next thing I could remember was waking up behind the wheel of the crash car and finding the first pages of the manuscript. Beyond this lost memory, there was nothing. I had to follow the footsteps of my past self to find out what had happened that night. I couldn't find her in all that blackness. I must have thought she drowned.
Alice!
Jagger had Alice, and so she had me.
Alice!
I'd been easy prey.
Look at the cabin. Is there someone in the window?
Alice?
Maybe she didn't drown after all. Maybe she's inside.
Alice!
Yes.
The dark presence had touched me. She had dug her nails into my brain and used me, made me her puppet.
She must be here somewhere. Maybe upstairs in the study.
Alice!
Yes, that's where she is. You can apologize.
Alice!
You laugh at the whole thing together and put it behind you.
Alice!
She's not here. You were foolish to think so. No, she's dead. She drowned.
No, no, no!
It's your fault your wife is dead. You are guilty. All she wanted was to help you right. You killed her. Oh, hush. There's still hope. Cauldron Lake is a special place. Here, you have the power to change things. She wanted you to write. I will tell you what to do. You can write her back. The story will come true, and all will be well again.
She had Alice, and the manuscript was the ransom for her.
過去書いてアリスを取り戻す。お前。俺が書いたんだ。全て思い出した。闇の中で俺は書き続けた。丸1週間ディパーチャーという小説を。ジャガーが絶えずささやきかけ指示を出し、物語の中で確実に威力を増していった。アリスを救うためだと思っていた。だがわずかに残っていた俺の理性が物語に脱出シーンを書き込んだ。結末を書き終える前に、この恐ろしいホラー小説が完結し、闇が全てを飲み込む前に。全員は遠く弱っていたが、俺は彼を登場させ、その光が俺を救った。
今だ。原稿に書かれた通り、この光で君を解放しよう。急げ。あれはすぐに気づき戻ってくる。あれはバーバラの顔を盗み、年月の老いを刻んだ。
目覚めた時俺は混乱し、恐怖と闇に蝕まれていた。俺は必死で逃げた。キャビンでの1週間は俺をひどく消耗させた。俺は衰弱しきっていた。俺を逃がした代償に全員は闇のさらなる深淵へと沈められた。だがそのおかげで束の間闇の力は弱まり、俺は逃げ切ることができたのだ。俺が書いた。俺のせいだ。
まあ大先生、お前のせいさ。ツケは払ってもらうぜ。
There's an old town road with mystery of Tom the poet and his muse, and a magic